Hey, good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. Today is the second of the new year, and so I'm excited to get off to a good start this year. I'm going to head off and do some shopping. First, I need to go to the post office. Behind me here, I have some packages I need to drop off. I think I had 12 sales over the last day and a half or so. Pretty good. Over the holidays, I did actually pretty good. It slowed down a little bit like I expected right around Christmas. But leading up to it, I had a pretty good month overall, so I was really happy with that. And yesterday being the first, it was kind of a day to just reflect on the past year and kind of look back and just, look at the numbers, not only for the financial part of it, but to understand how I'm doing as a business, if I'm growing, if I'm doing the right things I should be doing in my business. And it was good. It was a good year. I made just gross sales about 55,000 between eBay and Poshmark, and those are the two platforms I sell on online. I do some sales on Marketplace as well, but I do those locally for cash deals. So that's a whole separate thing. But overall, 55,000 in gross sales is pretty good for someone who's in my situation where I'm doing this part-time. I'm retired, so this is gives me my thing to do during my downtime, and it also helps stimulate my brain, so I'm learning new things all the time. So that's exactly why I do what I do with my reselling business. It's perfect for me. It may not be great for everyone else. Some people like to do this full-time and their numbers are way higher than mine. Some people like to just do it as a hobby where they make a little bit of money on the side, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. It just depends on what fits for you in your life, in your lifestyle, and what you need, for either finances or just to keep yourself busy. So I'm happy with where I'm at, and I'm not going to really sit and compare myself with other resellers on YouTube, but I like to always learn, so I'm following many of them, and I learn all the time from them. So I do appreciate the other resellers that are online on YouTube. Again, it's just the best tool to learn from. But I'm off today. I'm going to do some shopping. Like I said, I need some inventory. I'm pretty low right now. I pretty much sold, I've been selling pretty much everything as I'm getting it, or at least listing it as I'm getting it, and then hopefully selling it quickly. The past couple days, my wife and I were down in an area that we don't normally go to. We haven't been there in a couple years, actually. I did hit up a couple thrift stores down there. She was actually with me shopping, and my wife does not like to shop, especially thrift. Well, she just likes to shop in general, which is kind of odd for, most women I know, just love to shop, and that, that's kind of what they do and they like to do. She does not like to do that. So we're complete opposites there. Where I am the one that will spend, I can spend, countless hours in the shopping. But anyway, we did go. We went to two stores, and we found, I believe it was 14 or 15 items, and I did not get any video of that, just being kind of lazy. And it was, being that we're right around the holidays, I just didn't get any video. But I did get some pretty good stuff down there. I've already listed most of that stuff. A lot of it was clothes, and it does take time to get through the clothes and wash them, check them, photo them, of course, and then get them listed. So I did get some of those items listed, but overall, I still have a few things to get around to, and that's why I'm going shopping today, to kind of stack up some inventory so I can have the rest of the week to have some time listing. I normally go shopping twice a week minimum, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 times a week, but my trips are quick. Usually just, I go to 1 or 2 stores and then I'm done. Sometimes I'll go to 3, maybe even 4, but I just don't have the energy to spend all day, bouncing around, driving around. I've got too many other things that I'm doing around the house and this and that. So today I'll be hitting up just probably 1 store, and I'm hoping to get, if I can get 10 items there, that would be pretty good. I can at least get me a few days of listing, technically 1 day, but it'll at least get me some items to push me to the next shopping trip. And then hopefully I'll have a little more energy and time to spend to maybe bounce around between two, 3 stores or something like that. But either way, let's hope I can get, 10, 15 items, something like that today. I am looking for some quality items, so I'm trying to be more picky. Sometimes, depending on the price, I will just go ahead and, take a chance on some things. But it really just depends on the price and what margin it is that I'm looking for. But anyway, that's where we're at today. That's where we're going to be heading. And we'll do some video when we get there, when we leave there. We'll show you what I'm finding to resell. And then we'll talk some more, maybe along the way, if I feel like it while we're driving over there, talk some more about goals in 2026. That's another thing I've been reflecting on and looking forward to. Been writing them down. I think it's important to write down your goals and then look back at the end of the year and then go over those goals and see if you met them. I think it's a way to keep yourself accountable to those situations, so where you're not, when you're writing it down, it's tangible. It's something that you have to try to meet. And when you look back on it, you can reflect and say, okay, this is what I did, this is what I did wrong. But again, this is part of what I do, and what I am doing right now for 26 is writing down my goals. And that'll be another video for another day probably. But anyway, I got to get going. Let's go do some shopping. So we started talking about goals a little bit, and one of the goals I want for this year that I've already written down is to try to work on building this channel. I really honestly haven't put as much effort in as I should, and I really want to build this channel. I really want to talk about the things that I'm doing in my journey, because I do believe that some of my experiences will help other people, and I think it's a good thing all the way around. And I like to just be myself and talk about those things. My wife says I like to talk too much, but and you'll probably agree by watching these videos, but I still think that my message can be helpful. If not, I think it's something that does have value for some people, specific people. So that's why I want to do it. I want to build this channel. I want to talk about a lot of different things, but reselling just happens to be one of those things that I do, and it's become a big part of my life, because now that I'm retired, it's kind of what I do in between everything else. And I don't have to have a job. I don't have to report to a boss. I don't have to clock in. I have my own hours, my own schedule. So I love that, right? And that's what it should be in retirement. I mean, you either walk away from work completely, or you do something on the side, or keep yourself busy somehow. I believe you have to have a plan. And from my experiences, it's been almost 2 years since I've been retired now, and you definitely have to have a plan. You don't want to just go into it and say, oh, I'm going to go golfing, I'm going to go fishing, I'm going to go do whatever. You have to have a plan to keep yourself busy and keep your mind stimulated. If you don't stimulate your mind, it basically goes to mush. And none of us can afford to have that, especially as we're getting older. That's one of the most critical parts, is when it comes to your health, is your mind and your body. If you lose either one of those going into retirement as you get older, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be a bad experience, and it's going to cost you a lot, and could cost you everything, right? You only have so much time on this planet, and if you don't have a good healthy mind and a good healthy body, that time is not going to be very good. So that's my goals. Fitness is one of my goals, one of my important goals, something I do weekly, daily. Yeah, definitely daily. We do a lot of walking, do a lot of exercising, weightlifting, and stuff like that. And it's very important. And then taking care of your mind the best you can as well. There's things I do for that, and that'll be for another day, for another video. But back to the goals, and when I talk about reselling, that's probably why you're here in the first place. As I mentioned, I did pretty good last year. For me, for what I do, it may not be what you're looking for. There's a lot of other resellers out there that produce way bigger numbers than I do. But for what I do, I'm very happy with that. And if you have a goal for that, and you have something in mind when it comes to reselling, again, planning it out, I think that you can measure those things pretty well and hit those goals and be very content, very happy with them. And for me, that's part of a stress-free or stress-less life, is to have those goals and have those things in place. And then I just pretty much ride the line with them. And so, my goals for next year, I'm always going to try to scale somewhat. I always want to keep up with what I'm doing, but I'm not here to, to hit these record numbers all the time. I'm here to hit a consistent amount of sales and a consistent amount of income that's coming in, every month, because I use that money for investing, and I trade stocks. I do a lot of things with that money. And so, it's important that I get that money in so I can use that for future purposes, right? To build wealth that way. It doesn't necessarily pay my bills. I'm very fortunate that way, but it is something that I need, and I want to grow. So it isn't all about just finances, though, when it comes to your goals, especially for reselling. I think it's about, for me, it was about walking away from my job. This allowed me to walk away from my job. It did give me everything I needed to where I can leave my full-time job and then, start doing this to keep myself busy, make a little bit of money on the side, and enjoy life the way I want to enjoy it. So part of my goals for next year, again, are to scale and build this YouTube channel, and hopefully that will grow. I need that as another important piece to keep my mind stimulated, to continue to grow and learn. And YouTube has been such a valuable tool for me. So I want to take that information I've learned and return it back to the community as well. So that's one of the things I'm definitely working on in 26. Outside of that, again, health is the next biggest thing. Continue to work on my health. And I think if you should be writing down these goals, you should be putting them into action that way. And I think that everybody starts off the year looking to, it's always everybody's intention to get into shape, lose some weight. And what they say when they're saying lose weight is they want to lose fat, because nobody wants to lose muscle. But the truth is everybody starts this out gung-ho. They start really going after this goal, and then it just fizzles out after a couple weeks or a month, or maybe even they last a couple months, and it fizzles out, right? But the truth is about these things is it's not, when you do a New Year's resolution, it's a New Year's lifestyle change is what it needs to be, a lifestyle change. That's the only way you're going to be successful with it. You have to create habits that are part of your lifestyle. And when you create those habits, then you'll be consistent with what you're doing. And that's what you need to do when it comes to health and fitness and nutrition, is you have to be consistent with what you're eating. You have to be consistent with your workouts and your exercising and your walking and drinking water and some very just basic things. If you do those basic things, you will have amazing success. You don't have to pay a trainer. You don't have to go to a gym and pay tons of money. You just have to do some basic things. And that may be a video for another day, but for me, but that is part of my life, is consistency, health, fitness, finances, relationships, my spirituality. It all comes together. And there is a thing called the wellness wheel. If you ever look at the wellness wheel, it breaks it all down, and you have to work on every category within that wheel. And some of the things I mentioned are in there, of course. But if you work on all those things and you have them operating at a high level, your life will be good. It will be great. I know that you can't control everything in your life, especially there are some situations where accidents happen and things come up, but you can control a good majority of the things that happen to you in your life. And if you do that, you can set the stage for a very healthy and productive and happy lifestyle. All right, so I'm just pulling into the Goodwill right now. And like I said earlier, I want to try to get about 10 to 15 items today. At least, you know, maybe hopefully I'll get more, but 10 to 15 items would be pretty good, and that seems to be what I usually hit when I come here. That's my goal today. So let's go in there and let's take a look. I've already rambled enough about goals and things, but those are important, and some more things we'll reflect on these videos. But today it's about shopping and finding inventory. I always look for things that are undervalued. I look at, you know, undervalued as far as how it's priced by the store. These stores I'm finding are very inconsistent with how their pricing are. If you go to different stores, you'll find there's a lot of inconsistencies. Even within certain brands, they think certain brands are worth gold, and they actually aren't. But I'm going to find, or look to find, things that are undervalued, that I believe I have a margin on, that I can turn around and sell on my eBay and Poshmark stores. That's my goal today. So let's see what I can find. We'll go in, we'll come back out, we'll check out. I'll show you everything I find today, and then we will recap that way. So thanks for sticking with me to this point, and like and subscribe. Why not? It doesn't cost you anything. It's going to help me build this channel, and as I mentioned, that is one of my goals. So appreciate all your help and all your support. Let's see what I can find here. I've got a whole cart full here I'm going to have to go through, but I found some pretty good stuff, and I think this could be a big one here. It's vintage Levi's jacket, and they did want 15 bucks for it, but I'm gonna have to look into this, but I think this could be something really good. Then a whole bunch of other stuff I'm just gonna have to pull out through the cart, or when we get done here, out of the cart. All right, so we just got out of the Goodwill over here, and I'm glad I stopped today. I ended up getting 24 items today at this one store, and I paid probably the most I've ever paid at a Goodwill. I'm sure it's the most, actually. I paid $232, which is, you know, that's a lot. I don't know if you could even see that, but that's definitely a record for me. But I found a couple pieces that I think are going to be real good hitters. Matter of fact, one of them has comps in the $150 range by itself. So if that's the case and I can get that much, then that's great. So let me show you what I did get. And I started off, I found this Rawlings catcher's glove, and I threw it in the cart and I forgot to look it up, and it got buried in a bunch of clothes, and then I didn't even realize until I was checking out that I had it. But I paid $7.99 for that. Usually these catcher's gloves get around $30 to $40, depending on what they are. They can get much higher, of course, but this brand, the Rawlings, I don't know. I'm hoping it's a smaller one, like youth maybe, I don't know. But I'm hoping for at least 30 on that, you know, 30, 35. And you know, in the upcoming months here is perfect for baseball, so probably won't sit for very long. So that was that one. All right, and then in no particular order, I just stacked these in the car. I found this this Steph Curry jersey, and it's not a sewn on, but it's a silk print, but it has this unique the town number 30 on it. I've never seen that before. It is a NBA branded, and it was $5.99. So I'm pretty sure, just looking at it, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get around 25 for that. But I did not look this up, and I should have. But if not, I'm not too worried about it. I really feel okay on it. Next, I got this. Luckily, I just happened to get a couple new carts as they were coming out, and got in there before the gal was putting the stuff away, and kind of was able to look through. I looked through at least 3 or 4 new racks as they were coming out, and I had quite a few items on those. I was just grabbing, but I found this LL Bean. It's like a women's sleeveless vest, but it's long, and it's got the buttons on the front, buttons and zip. So it's pretty cool, pretty neat, unique design, and I did pay $7.99 on that. But I do really well with LL Bean stuff. I don't know, a lot of people may not like their stuff or may think it's not worth it, but for me, I always do pretty well with it. So next I found this Kuhl, Kuhl, Just a short sleeve shirt. It's got the logo on the sleeve there, and it was it's nothing special, but it was only $3.99. So you know, worst case I keep it for myself, but should be able to get like 15 for that. All right, and then on one of those new carts I found several of these Polo Ralph Lauren hoodies, and really nice. I think this one's a medium, but there was several sizes, and really nice pullover. This one was $9.99. So I'm hoping, you know, if I can get in that $25 range, I'm gonna need to actually get in that range for that one. Next I found this vintage LL Bean, speaking of LL Bean, and it's made in US, older tag there, USA. Just a heavy flannel plaid shirt for men's, and it was $7.99. I paid up a bit on that, but because it's vintage USA, I think I'll be okay on it. Probably, you know, if I can get around 25, you know, that's maybe squeaking it a bit, but hopefully I can get somewhere around 20 to 25. All right, and then on that same new cart, I got another one of these Polo Ralph Lauren's. This one's really kind of unique. It's a performance fleece, and it's got full zip with a couple pockets. I think it had an extra, just a chest pocket there, full zip with the red pony. Newer tag. I hate to say it, but I may just keep this for myself. I gotta quit saying that, but I paid $9.99 for this one, but I really like it. I'll have to try it on, see how it fits. And next was another one, Polo Ralph Lauren. This one is a large, and it's really heavy, a lot heavier than the other ones that are fleece. It's a full zip with the pony chest there, and it was also $9.99. But it's really a heavy duty hoodie. All right, and then next I found these Mack Weldon sweatpants, and I saw that there, and I was looking into it because for daily wear. I wasn't quite sure. I've seen it before, but anyway, I had to look inside on the pocket there. If you look in there, you can see their logo and size. And it's a large, tall, just some black sweatpants. Really pretty nice. They felt really nice. $4.99 on those. So really nice pants. Kind of I don't know, just feeling them, I could tell there was something good about them just when I felt them. All right, next up, I got these, what are these? Oh, Lululemon men's pants. And I wasn't quite sure, because I did find another pair of Lulus here. They had them for like 20 bucks. These were only $8.99. And I didn't see a tag, of course, but I saw that logo on the back of the button there. And then they also have the little patch logo on the side there. Very nice pants for that price. So probably looking around 35 on those. All right, and then I picked up this Titans jersey, Tennessee Titans. It's like kind of an older look. It's this player locker, and this may just go to my son for his collection. But it was $9.99. So I don't know. I'll have to see if it's worth anything, and if not, it'll just probably go to his collection of jerseys. He likes to collect all the football jerseys for different players, different teams. And all right, so next up I got this project. This is another Under Armour Project Rock Blood, Sweat, Respect shirt. Really nice graphic, just a t-shirt, but I always do well with this stuff. And this was green tag, which was 30%, yeah, 30% off of $5.99. So really good find on that, because this one here will probably, there's the logo on the thing too. This one here will probably get around that $18, something like that. All right, and then I picked up these. Wow, I did pay up a bit for these. Now these were half off, but I got these Solomon. These are ski pants. These advanced skin Solomon pants. There's some heavy ski snowboard pants These were half off, so on the yellow tag, $17.99 half off. They're, I don't know, I think they're a men's medium. I don't know, if not a women's medium, but hopefully men's. And when I was looking at these, they had some really, they were selling for anywhere from like 40 to, I don't know, 80 or more. So I'm hoping if I can get like $40, $50 for these. All right, and then some of the best finds that I found, and I showed a little bit in the store, was this. I got this vintage black denim Levi's, and I'm gonna have to really research this. I don't know if anybody can help me in the comments, but I'm gonna have to look this up and see if I can figure out how old it is. I don't know. This looks like definitely an older tag, but if it has that four-digit code there, I don't think that looks right to me. I'm gonna have to look at everything I can find indicating how old this may be, but it's got a good fade to it. I did pay a little more than normal on this one. Yeah, $14.99, but I had hopes that this will be, I just noticed there's a big hole right there, but that may not matter. This, I'm hoping if it's, you know, a good vintage piece, maybe I can get, you know, I don't know. I hate to even guess at it. But being that I paid, you know, 15 bucks for it, I have to hope I can get like 40 for it. I don't know. Here's another tag in here. Maybe this will help me. It's definitely an older, let's see, 010, I don't know, 527 010. I'll just have to research it and see. Maybe somebody, I don't know if anybody can help on that. There's the red tag. I don't know much about vintage Levi stuff, so I'm gonna have to learn. But when I saw that, I knew it was older. So that's hopefully a good piece there. And then this one is going to be, should be the best piece, unless that one beats it. But this is an LL Bean, and it's down. It's a women's large. Oh no, women's small, which isn't the best size, but it's a long down with the fur collar. And like I said, it's full zip, long with a button front too. And I was seeing these exact ones selling in the low to high $100 range. So I just have to hope that I can get, you know, pretty good amount on it. I did pay up for it too. I paid $25, $24.99. So like I said, I'm hoping this will be one of those $150 jackets like I'm anticipating. All right, and then a few more items to go. Another LL Bean, just a vest, LL Bean. I like to get, if it's going to be kind of plain, I like to see that it has a logo, and it does have the embroidery on the front. It's just a vest, fleece vest, women's, I believe. $7.99. Not the best price, but normally these things can get $25 to $30 on, depending, you just got to find the right buyer. All right. Then I found these, another good brand, Fall Raven. I don't find these too often, so this was on the new rack. I just grabbed it. I didn't even really look at condition other than a real quick glance, but they're the hiking kind of cargo pants, belted. They look really nice. I did pay $8.99 for those, but these could easily be $40, you know, anywhere from $30 to $50 on those. All right, and then I got this just because I really liked it. This Nike with that older tag right there. This Nike North Carolina. It says Carolina on the front, and it's got the hit on the back. It's a full zip, nice windbreaker jacket, and it's vented, really nice. $8.99 on that one. And I like to sell Nike sports branded stuff. It always sells for me. And right now we're getting into that March Madness season here coming up pretty soon. North Carolina always has a good program. Somebody will buy that. All right, next I got this, another one of those Team Under Armour Project Rock. This is a hoodie, nice heavy hoodie. and it was on the green tag 30% off of $9.99. Good price on that one. Probably can get $25 to $30 hopefully on this. Should be no problem on that. Next I got these rag and bone jeans. Now these are the extra slim, probably not the best cut. Should have looked these up, but they were discounted tag $8.99 with 30% off. Believe these are men's. They're size 32, but if not, I'll have to look into that particular model. But rag and bone jeans have, for men, have always sold for me. Hopefully those are men's. I think they are. All right, next I got these. Now these are just Eddie Bauer jeans. I think actually just got these for myself. They just look like really nice jeans. I paid $8.99 for them. So, you know, I just need an extra pair of jeans. If they don't fit, I'm sure I could sell them, but I would not recommend just going out and getting Eddie Bauer jeans like this to resell anyway. For yourself, they're nice quality, and hopefully they'll fit me. If not, you know, I'm probably not going to make hardly anything on them. All right, next I got these Adriana Goldschmied, and these are the, what model are these ones? Oh, the Everett, like a beige pants, men's. There's the tag. I've been selling these Adriana Goldschmied pretty well. And these were $7.99. I can't remember this particular model. I'm sure I've sold it before, but usually these get around $30, $30, $35, something like that. All right, and then last, I got these nice score here too, the Biore jogger pants, and these were $8.99. So pretty good, because these usually get around $35 to $40, it seems, something like that. And they have the nice zipper down the leg there. Nice jogger pants. Again, you know, if I paid $9, hopefully I'll get $30 to $40 for those, and that'll do it. All right, so that was it for today. It looks like, based on my general math skills, which aren't very good, I probably paid just slightly less than $10 an item, which is, you know, is probably like around high 8s per item. And that's not awful, but in my area, that's kind of what it is, unfortunately. So I'm going to do the best I can with what I can find where I'm at. But all in all, if the one piece can get me, you know, that mid to high $100, then that'll be that'll pay for over half of it by itself. Then the rest will just stack up. And if that Levi's jacket turns out to be good, that could be, you know, another good amount. So there's some good pieces here, and I'm really happy what I got. But now I have to go stop at the store and get some things. But I thank you for sticking with me today. I know it was a longer video probably, but I'm just showing you exactly what I'm finding, and in my area anyway, and what I'm going to try to sell, and hopefully everything goes well. So thanks for sticking with me. We'll see you on the next video. Like and subscribe, please. It's going to help me grow the channel. Thank you. Have a great day.